Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Robotman from Doom Patrol. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, Doom Patrol. I love me some Doom Patrol. But you know what? It's a little adult. It's a little... okay, it's not adult, like there's no nudity or anything, but it's bad language, so if you're younger, get your parents' permission, make sure, because you never know. But you know what, even if you're older, get your parents' permission, give them a call, say hi. Everybody wants to hear from you and say hi and that kind of stuff, so why not, right? And tell your parents, hey, I'm watching Doom Patrol, you like Doom Patrol? And maybe they'll start watching it with you, you never know. I don't know. But yeah, so you just get their permission because it's a great show. I really, really like it. So I'm going to be drawing all the characters here, or a lot of them at least. But yeah, I just thought I'd get started with this. So just gotta lay everything down and get the order and figure out where it's going to go. So hey, let's talk about Doom Patrol and DC and those kind of shows. And I try to watch everything, and I'm not a big fan of the Arrowverse. I try, but Supergirl. I even tried Batwoman. It's just not for me. I'm not the demographic. I'm an old man. They don't really go towards me, so it's okay. It's all right. It's not for me. And that's okay because there's something for everybody. That's fantastic. But I do try to watch the Infinity Crisis shows that they do in the Arrowverse. Those are really cool. Those are really awesome. But yeah, this one it's more adult. It's more for old men like me that I've been reading comics all my life and drawing them and all that stuff. So I really like it. It's a really fun show. Honestly, one of my best friends talked to me. He says, you know what it reminds me of? Madman. You ever read Madman? Woo! I love that show. Michael Allred, really, he's just an amazing artist. He's run on Silver Surfer and who else did he do? I'm just drawing a blank on everything right now because Madman is my favorite. That's like the best one, But I'm all over the place, right? But yeah, that's what Doom Patrol reminds me of, and also I haven't watched season 2, so no spoilers, please. That's just for everybody. Nobody wants to hear spoilers. Everybody wants to come here and just draw, not read spoilers in the comments. But yeah, anyway, that's what it's all about. So anyway, I'm just trying to come up with a good pose to kind of represent one of my favorite characters, Robotman. What's his name? Clint, right? I think. But yeah, Robotman. So I think I'm just going to, do a standard, like I'm going to have his hand just kind of out in this robot pose, picking something good for him, just to find a good space to give him a good hand, in all the positioning. But I don't like this. Hang on, let me straighten that out a little bit. It's a little, yeah. Let me. How about just out? Yeah, the positioning's good. I'm happy with everything I did here. So I can add my little details. But sometimes when you draw the hand like that and it's just not quite there, you gotta redo it, and that's okay. And that's what the sketching is for, is to figure that out and place everything in a right place. All right. How's yours coming along? Are you sketching? Are you drawing a good one? And it'll be pretty easy here. I mean, we've got robot parts, a couple of robot hands like you got right here, little fat old fingers with the robot digits, but mostly cloth, a lot of a lot of jacket and jeans, so there's not too much we got to worry about. But what I really need to try to figure out is the detail. Like I said, most of it's just going to be jacket and cloth, you know, and you know, his jeans and stuff like this. So that's no big deal. You know, he's going to have cool little knees right here with the little robot parts sticking out, you know. But for the most part, it's just, you know, shoes and pants. Or boots, sorry, boots and pants, you know, just figuring out what's going to go. But the face, okay, so this is where I got to kind of figure out, what am I going to do? Like, I want to draw I mean, you know, I want to draw the face, obviously, but I don't want to draw all the detail. Like, I think color should take care of it. Color should take care of a lot of it as far as the face goes, just because it's a really cool design of metal parts, but there's not hard edges. There's smooth dents and curves to make the shape of his face. So, like, I'm gonna, yeah, I gotta put some of them in, some of the details to try to keep his face looking the way it is, but I want it to look like the armor, you know, kind of like his shoulders here. You know, this armor, okay, so his shoulders here, perfect example. Those got hard edges, and you know, it'll be a smooth flat edge, and that's where you can use your Sharpie, because the Sharpie, it really defines the edge. And as far as like the face right here, I don't want the Sharpie to define hard edges on his face. It's kind of like I can't draw cheekbones of a person because, you know, those are curves, and the armor or the metal is curved, you know. So I gotta try to figure out what I want to do with Sharpie, because the thing about the Sharpie is it screams. It's not subtle. It's very prominent and hard edged. So you gotta figure out how to play with the subtlety of it and what little detail I'm gonna add. Like these rivets and stuff like that. I mean, obviously those I'm gonna put in, but like, I don't think I'm gonna do his eyes. I'm gonna draw the hollow little, you know, the little space for them, but like his pupils and the glowing red of the pupils, it's so predominant that I'd rather do that with color than draw it with Sharpie, you know. But we'll see. You know, it's coming out pretty good. I like where we're going with this. So, you know, I just got to figure out the lines I'm going to do. And the more I throw them on here, the more it's starting to work. That, yeah, this is going to work. Subtly like this should define the lines that I want to do. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'm very happy with it. So let's start erasing and get ready to draw. After I really draw this leg, hang on. Right as I got started, I realized, whoa, hang on. I don't like the positioning of this foot. And that's what sketching is about. It's just throwing lines down until you find where you want to go. You got an idea where you want to go. You got a plan. But you just start throwing sketchy lines down, and that'll get you there, you know? And don't be afraid to erase. You know, if you don't like where you're going, erase it. But that's why I work light at first and then get darker as I get more confident. You know, and I am happier with the lines. So, okay. So let me smooth this out real fast. Get rid of some of this. And I can start to erase. So yeah, I'm happy with where we're going. Okay, I'm close to being happy. Let me finish up a few things here. Alright, some old Frankenstein boots. Frankenstein boots. It's very Frankenstein, you know. Funny enough, I was just talking about Madman. His name is Frank Einstein. So, yeah, pretty good, right? All right, so I say we start getting rid of this and get ready to welcome everybody that skipped. I'm going to erase a lot of these lines. I'm going to erase the sketchiness of the lines, but I'm going to keep the confident lines. And what I mean by that is I'm going to... The first few lines I did, they weren't very dark. And as I got more confident, my lines got darker and I pressed harder. So as I erase, the sketchiness lines disappear. And the confident lines, it takes some more to erase, so they're going to stand out and stay there. So right, here, fix my paper. I say we welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've left myself a ghost of an image to draw, but it's going to guide me and I can do what I got to do. So let's get going. And I think I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen to draw the details of the face, because this I can control the line with much better for tiny details for the tiny little face. So that's why I'm going to stick with the Sharpie pen, or start with the Sharpie pen. So let's see, I got to figure out exactly where I want to go with this, but you know, the thing is, I know, I'm following my sketch. I'm thinking too much, but it's those face lines I was still worried about. So let's just get going. Let's just draw the eyes. I'm going to draw the little hollow, you know, the slots for the eyes, kind of like this. That's where his eyes are going to be, but I'm not going to draw the circles, the iris, because I want color to do that. And so this will just, you know, give me a place to put them. So now I gotta subtly throw some lines. I'm gonna do the nose, just the tip like that, and just throw like a little bit of a, let's see, a little bit of a little edge over here to show where the brow is gonna be. Another one over here, real subtle, real subtle. All right, looking good, looking good. Let's see what else. How about give him some cheekbones? Yeah, real subtle cheekbones like this. I'm not gonna draw a lot, just like I said, just enough to, you know, get the face going and get the whole idea. So I'm gonna give him his mouth. He's got that little open little up lip like that. That'll give us the top of it, a good place to start. So now I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna draw the bottom of the jaw from the side of his head here. Let me define this edge, and then I can bring it down for his jaw, at least the top part. All right. Okay, then we go to the other side. Draw the whole thing across, but not really across, just kind of in pieces. But that'll give us the edge of his little ear over here, and the edge of his jawline. And I'm gonna start to thicken these lines up too, just a little bit, because I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie in a little bit, and it's gonna be super, super fat. So I'm gonna start to get ready for the big fat Sharpie. Even though it's called a fine point, it's pretty fat. So let's see, I'm just gonna add a little bit there. And I can add, let's see, I gotta do the other side, so let's bring it over. Alright, so yeah, so again, I'm gonna add a little bit, we'll thicken it up a little bit because of that Sharpie. But if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. Even if you're working with Sharpie, you don't have to do this. I'm just kind of showing you how I draw. Because remember, you draw how you draw, and I'll draw how I draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. How about a little chin line? Yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Okay, so let's see. So for the top of his head, we're gonna work our way over there. I gotta draw his little, got like little side patches where the metal is like put together. It's almost like hair on the side, but it's just little extra right there. So I'll be the top of his little brain dome. It's got the rivets like this that are holding it together. And I'll just do some tiny ones, like 5 of them, something like that, I think. Yeah, that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the top of it. Alrighty, and just kind of build a way across. Okay, like that, and that looks pretty good. I like that, and so, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie now, and because it's time to get going with the big one. Because Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's switch over to the big Sharpie. I'm gonna add some fine detail. I'm gonna come back to that Sharpie pen every now and then, but let's just do it. Let's just draw that dome and get going. Now, so see how fat that is compared to the rest? That's why I need to, extend it just a little bit on the other sides. I can add this little highlight, a little detail like that. But that's why I wanted to, just match it, get ready for it. So, okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the neck. Give him a little shirt collar, and that'll help us, define an edge. So now I can add some little neck details, little mech neck. Got a little mech neck because he's a robot, right? Just a few little details like this. There's not too much we really can do because his shirt's covering it up anyway, but little fun stuff. And that's why I like to use the small Sharpie too, the Sharpie pen, because it's a nice contrast to the big fat Sharpie and it's a good complement. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw, let's see, I'm gonna draw his lapel for his jacket here. Ooh, his Sharpie's dying. Yikes. It's my time to get another one. All right, so just gonna add a little button with the tiny Sharpie. And again, see, it's a nice contrast of the thick versus thin. So I can play around with two different line widths. Okay, so let's see. Let's draw the other side. Come down here. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking good. All right. So since he's turned a little bit, I can kind of draw a little different side like that. All right. He's got like a little lapel, little flower, little zuzu petal, little metal petal on his jacket, something like that. All right. Boom, shakalaka. So, well, how about, okay, so if I were to, let's see, add the shoulder pads like this. And I've already sketched it out, so that's why I kind of know the pattern that I'm going for here. And I'm just gonna follow the outline to kind of give it the big and bold highlight look, the big and bold look for that. And like I said, I'm following my sketch. So I'm not just drawing these lines willy or nilly. I'm making it the way I sketched it out. So it's always good to plan it out. So I can come back with the Sharpie pen, the finer one, and add some tiny little highlights and contrasts. Just to kind of, make it look a little bit better and a little complementary with the thick versus thin. I'm always gonna push thick versus thin to you guys, just because you can get a nice look with that. Pencil, you can even do it with pencil. Just draw a little darker, then draw a little thinner, It'll work, it'll look awesome. You should do it. All right, and again, just following my sketch, my detail. Picking this one up too, and come back over here. Yeah. All right, looking good. How about a little line right there? There. Good. Awesome. So, hey, you know what? Let's switch. New Sharpie. I got to get a new Sharpie. I'm tired of that old one. Let's get this new one going. All right, fresh new Sharpie. So let's draw his jacket, and I can draw, let's see, the sides over here like this. Well, the bottom, I guess that's not a side. Well, I guess the bottom is a side, just not the left or the right side, right? It's the bottom side. All right, give him a little pocket. A little pocket flap, really is what that is. And so I'm just gonna kind of give him the edge of his jacket here. Now, he's got this cool little, it's like a pattern design. What's it? I can't think of the word, but it's got a spot like this. And so I'm gonna highlight the detail of it with just the tiny Sharpie. So again, my thick and thin, just to give it that look. It's a subtle subtle look, but I like it. It's awesome. So yeah, so he's got a lot of wrinkles and folds in his jacket, and it's a leather jacket. So we're just gonna draw the edge with some bumps for some creases and folds like that. And so now this is where the flap is just hanging out because his jacket's open because his wrists are so big, kind of like his knees. His knees are ripping through his pants, so I gotta leave some open spots for his big old arms. And again, I'm doing like a metal. Hang on, sorry, I gotta do my creases and folds. You know, I love my creases and folds just to show that it's cloth. You know, it's not armor like the rest of them. It's bendable material. It's just a nice little subtle, fun way of making your drawing come to life. You know. All right, so let me see. Let's look at a good picture here. Yeah, I don't have a good picture of the underside of his arm. So, I mean, it's just metal, so it's a robot arm. So let's just do that. Let's just draw like a robotish looking armor piece that's got stitched together metal pieces, right? All right, so we'll give him a wrist. We're gonna close it off, and his hand I'm just gonna have kind of like this, you know, just nothing crazy, just kind of out like that. So, but because it's big old metal arm, we can really exaggerate the digits, you know, and make it stand out because we want it to look robotic, you know, metal and big and bulky. All right, so now I'm just gonna draw a little pinky all bent in like this. All right, now I know it looks big and bulky and just dumb, but we're gonna add some detail here. All right, so I'm just gonna add some like you know, mech parts and whoa, you know what? I'm not doing that. That's too much. I want to, but I don't have time to put rivets all over the entire thing. It would look good, but man, I'm not gonna sit here and make you watch me draw rivets for 5 hours when you can do that if you want, but you know, it's not conducive for teaching you how to draw or how I draw. All right, so I can play around with a little bit more of you know, exaggerating his digits here since it's like a robot. Okay, and then I like to draw little creases like this. Even though it's a robot, I gotta draw them because, you know, everybody's got, you know, your hand bends a lot right there, like this, you know, and if it was metal, it wouldn't be able to move. So I like to add lots of creases in the hands just to show, even on robots, that it's got to be able to move, you know, because of the way it is. All right, so let's move over here to the other arm. We got the jacket, you know, got to draw that cool little, like we did over there, the cool little accent. So I'm going to come back with the Sharpie pen, add my little accents. All right, awesome. How's yours looking? Awesome. All right. Okay, so let's let me see. Let me draw the other side. How about? Yeah, I guess I need to draw the edge of the jacket, but I don't want to draw the complete edge because right there, his arm is going to kind of cut through. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. I'm following my sketch, and the way I have it, it's going to cut into, it's going to be in front of the end there. So I'm leaving room so I don't draw a line through it. All right, some creases and folds, my favorite thing to do. All right, looking good. Okay, so let's, I gotta draw the hand like that, but it's pretty much the same way, but it's foreshortened. It's like if this arm was like that and this one turns, see how that's foreshortened? It's a little, you can see it longer there, but it's the same arm. So you got to draw this shorter and that shorter, but it's the same thing. So you just got to think about that when you do foreshortening, that it's the same thing, but it's a little bit squattier, you know? So just keep that in mind when you're doing your drawings. All right, so that means I can draw, since I've sketched it out, I can draw the fingers in front because I know that they're the first thing you're going to see, then everything is going to be back behind it. So you always want to draw what's in front, and then you can draw what's behind because you won't have to draw as much. And plus you won't draw lines through because you want to have what's in front with no accident lines cutting through. Or, you know, no four front hands cutting through. So I just got his hand kind of same kind of position, but just kind of facing right at you like this. So, you know, the fingers are going to be a little more stubby for the way it's going into the hand because they're pointed right at you. All right, so what we're going to do his forearm. Look at this, that big forearm like we did. So now when I get to draw the jacket, see how it's cutting through? That's what I wanted to prepare for. That is exactly why I stopped. So now I can go back and reconnect it. But I didn't want to draw that through a line through that sleeve. So now, see, it looks like it's in front. So it was planned. So always got a good plan. Get a good plan going, you get a good drawing. If not, erase. But with Sharpies, you can't erase, right? So, all right. So let me do a little bit of like we did over here, little. Not banding, but patchwork, metal patchwork. So let's do like we did over there, little dots and their rivets, but that's it, not a bunch. And just do like some fun patchwork and, you know, let the color make it cool. All right, and then just kind of exaggerate in here. Yeah, all right, it's looking good. Awesome. All right, we can exaggerate just a little bit of the line just because it's, you know, it's metal. All right, so let's see, now we're just gonna draw clothes. So I'm gonna draw the bottom of the shirt and basically just, we're drawing jeans and boots. So I'm gonna draw his leg like this, and that's about where his boots are gonna, let's draw this one, but, oh yeah, I gotta draw a hard edge because there's metal under there. So I gotta kind of draw some edges there to keep it like, you know, metal underneath his pants. Okay, so this is where his knees are gonna be, and they're ripping through, so we'll go ahead and draw both sides just to give us an edge, a start-stop point, just to show us where it's gonna be. So I can draw his inner thigh like this up to his pants or his crotch. And I can bring that down and go ahead and finish up the other side here. And again, reconnect it, it's a good start-stop point. Let me draw some stitches in his pants and, oh, nope, hang on. I want to do that with the small Sharpie. That way it's subtle. I can draw just the edges and the creases of his pants, but not super big with the big Sharpie, because I want it subtle. I want it to be complementary. And that's, again, you know, thick versus thin, thick versus thin. All right, and give him some creases, because, again, like the jeans, like the jacket, you know, it's got some creases and folds. It's material. So it'll bend, and it just makes your stuff come alive, you know? And don't worry, you don't have to draw the same lines I'm doing, just do what you want. Make it come alive on your own. All right, so now let's give him some knees. And again, I wanna give him highlights, but I wanna let color take care of some of it too. Like there's some subtle lines behind this, and then here's a little discs on the side. All right, we'll do the same thing over here. There's a bunch of lines in there, but like I said, it would look much better with color than me drawing them all with the Sharpie. And only because I'm gonna color it. If you're gonna draw just with Sharpie, you can add them, go for it, you know? I'm preparing for what's gonna happen, you know? So I'll give them a little bit of highlight like this. So maybe you can add stuff like that, but the rest I wanna do with color, you know? All right, so let's do some pants. I'm gonna come down here to the boots. And again, just kind of wrinkled into the boots, and we'll go ahead and draw that edge. So we got a start-stop point. Let's do the same thing over here. Down to the edge. Okay. And again, let me add some creases and folds before I forget, just to show that it's cloth. And again, see how just little stuff like this makes it come alive, makes it looks like it's cloth, you know? All right, so now we just got some boots. We got to finish up his boots, and we'll be able to start coloring. All right, so some motorcycle boots with a little bit of a strap going across his ankle here. Just something like this. All right, then down to his big metal toe. Okay, kind of like a big old Frankenstein toe. Or steel toe, like steel toe boots, right? But huge steel toes. All right, give him a little soul here. All right. Okay, let's add some rivets. Going across, and see how I broke the edge? See how the edge, I drew that extra rivet on the side? Just little stuff like that's gonna break up your silhouette and make it a little more interesting. You know, it's not just one smooth edge. You break up that silhouette. All right, again, creases and folds because this is leather. Not as much bends, but you know, there are some. And again, it breaks up the big white spot like his t-shirt, but you know, it's just a shirt. What are you gonna do? All right, so let's finish up this boot over here and draw down the heel. Got to do the ankle strap like that. Come down to his big old Frankenstein steel toe boot. Alrighty, same thing. We're gonna add the sole, the old Franken sole, and some rivets. All right. We're almost done. Just some creases and folds before I forget. And again, some rivets, breaking up that edge just to make it stand out. All right. And there you go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Robotman from Doom Patrol. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.